I welcome you all to MOOC's course entitled Community Engagement and Social Responsibility. We will be discussing Unit 1 titled Community Engagement. Unit 1 is divided into two modules. The first module of Unit 1 focuses on the concept, ethics, and spectrum of community engagement. The learning objective: after studying this lecture, you will be able to understand the concept of community engagement at large, to learn the origin of community engagement in Indian perspective, to identify the different areas of community engagement, and you'll also be familiarized with the ethics in community engagement. The overview of the lecture says the lecture intends to orient the learners with the concept of community engagement at large and its benefit to the society. The lecture also focuses on the objectives and features of community engagement and its various types. Lastly, the lecture will also explain the ethics involved in the development of community engagement and the various spectrums of community engagement. In the interest of the learners, the entire module has been divided into 7 parts. In the first part of module 1, we will be studying about the concept of community and community engagement at large. So, we'll start with the concept of community. To understand the concept of community, what is community is? So, a community is a collection of people who are linked by one or more characteristics, and the factor that binds people together is at the heart of the group. What it means, the community when we are defining, so it is the group of people who have some specific characteristics, that's why they come together. They have formed a particular community. A certain segment of population is bound together by a common thread as shown by the root and suffix of the word. If you'll go through literally the word common plus unity. Okay, community is made by these two words, the root and suffix common and unity, where common means all the people who are coming together to form a community, they have something common, and unity is also there. That's why they are working for that particular aim objective which they have decided to fulfill by framing that particular community. The concepts of community we can understand well with the help of various perspectives attached with this community. So there are 4 perspectives we are going to discuss: the systems perspective, social perspective, virtual perspective, and individual perspective. We'll discuss these perspectives one by one in detail. So first is system perspective. Now what do we mean by system work? When the system comes, that means something which is happening in a logical manner, in an organized manner, in a proper sequencing manner. So system perspective of community says that a community is similar to a living creature comprising different parts that represent specialized function, activities or interest, each operating within a specific boundaries to meet community needs. So here, what is very important to note for systems perspective, that is, they represent some specialized functions, activities or interests. We can understand this well with the help of the example. Like here you see that the schools focus on education. You can see in this picture also. So what is the aim? A school also we are treating, it is a community, and this school is only for the purpose of giving the education to the children or to the students. The transportation sector is another example. So transportation sector focuses on moving people and products. There are economic entities or the business units which focus on enterprise and employment. There are some kind of faith organizations, okay, the religious purposes we form. So these organizations focuses on the spiritual and physical well-being of people, and healthcare agencies, hospitals, other units, they basically focus on the prevention and treatment of disease and injuries. So basically what the systems perspective says, that it is always based on certain objectives which are well defined, and to fulfill these objectives these communities are working. Second perspective is social perspective.
Now, what is social perspective? This came from the word social. Now, what happened? A community can also be defined by describing the social and political network that link the individuals, the community organization, and the leaders. So, basically, in social perspective, what happened? Like for example, you see here in this picture, the childrens. These childrens are enjoying with each other, they are playing. So what it says that for social perspective of a community, that there are certain behavior patterns. Like children would always like to play in the company of their age group, their peer group people. They don't like to play with the adult or other thing. The same way the adult will enjoy in the company of adult peoples. So that's why we are saying the social perspective basically identify a community's leadership, understand its behavior pattern, identify the high risk group and strengthen the networks. The third perspective is virtual perspective to define community, which is very true in today's pandemic time period also. Okay, we all are connected with not face to face but in the form of virtual. Okay, so what is here? The social group or groups within a common interest that interact in an organized fashion on the internet are considered virtual communities. Like you can say, the examples of computer-mediated forms of communication, which includes like email, instant or text messages, e-chat rooms, and social networking sites, like example Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, etc. So you all have seen that in pandemic time period, what happened? People were not able to connect with the other people face to face. So that's why they were making all the communication through the virtual mode. Okay, so that's why this is also the kind of community we are framing. So we can understand that it's not necessary that we have to meet face to face and make the discussions and come with some solutions for the problems, but in the virtual mode also the community works.
In the part 1, we discuss about the concept of community and community engagement at large. In the next part, we will discuss about the origin of community development and community involvement.
Thank you.